Welcome. This deep dive is really for those of you right in the thick of it, the high-performing business leaders, the coaches pushing limits, the dedicated athletes. You know all about the pressure, the constant push, and the setbacks that inevitably come along.
Mm-hmm. They're part of the game, aren't they?
Absolutely. So today, we're digging into something really crucial that sets the elite performers apart. It's what mental toughness coach Jason Selk calls a relentless solution focus, or RSF.
Right. And we're drawing heavily on insights from Coach Ed Padalecki here. He really gets the high achiever mindset.
Exactly. Our mission today is basically to unpack RSF and give you a very practical technique you can use immediately. Coach Padalecki lays it out really clearly.
And that word relentless is key, isn't it? It's not just, eventually finding a solution. It's the discipline, the immediate turn towards, okay, what can I do? Coach P really hammers this point home.
He really does. Coach Padalecki essentially says, stop dwelling. Stop getting tangled up in the negativity or overthinking. The focus shifts instantly, like right now.
Which leads us perfectly into this very hands-on tool that Coach Self teaches and Coach P highlights. Yeah. The 60-second rule.
Yes. Let's break that down because it sounds simple, but the application is powerful.
It really is. Coach Padalecki explains it like this. Something goes wrong. A deal falls through, you miss a target, whatever the setback is. You give yourself exactly 60 seconds.
Okay.
60 seconds to feel it, be frustrated, be annoyed, maybe even a quick why me.
And this is the part Coach P really stresses, there's like a mental timer. Time's up.
Exactly. 1 minute, that's it. No letting it spiral, no hitting replay on the failure in your head.
So the emotional reaction is contained. It's acknowledged but contained.
Precisely. And then comes the pivot, the immediate conscious shift towards solving the problem.
And Coach Padalecki makes a really important distinction here, doesn't he? It's not about finding the perfect fix right then and there.
No, not at all. That would be overwhelming. The goal, as Coach P puts it, is just one tiny step, one small thing you can do right now in a positive direction.
Just one thing. Make a call, send an email, brainstorm one idea.
Right. Anything that moves you, even slightly, away from the problem and towards a potential solution.
It feels a bit counterintuitive sometimes, you know. We often want to dissect the problem first.
We do. But Coach P's point is that this tiny action itself is what breaks the mental inertia. It shifts you from that feeling of being stuck, that stress state.
Into progress.
Exactly. Stress to progress. And Coach Padalecki connects this straight to sports psychology and behavioral science.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense when you look at it that way.
How so?
Think about top athletes or, elite CEOs. They all face setbacks. What makes them different is how fast they recover mentally. RSF, especially the 60-second rule. It's like a structured way to speed up that mental reset.
Okay, I see. It's a system for bouncing back faster.
And it directly fights against what Coach P talks about, getting stuck analyzing mistakes, which leads to, choking under pressure. We see it in sports. We see it in huge business presentations.
That paralysis by analysis. You dwell on the last error, and it tanks your confidence for the next move.
Precisely. The 60-second rule is like hitting a reset button on that negative loop before it takes hold.
And this ties into that next play mentality that Coach Padalecki mentions, right?
Absolutely. A quarterback throws an interception. A great one doesn't stand there replaying it. Their mind is already on the next defensive stand or the next offensive series. Coach P draws a direct line from that to high-stakes business. You can't afford to be mentally stuck on the last quarter's numbers when you need to make decisions for the next one.
It's about forward momentum.
Always. And Coach P also brings up the brain's natural negativity bias. Our brains are kind of wired to zoom in on threats and problems that helped us survive way back when.
But it doesn't always help us perform at our peak now.
Right. So mentally tough people, according to Coach P, actively train themselves out of that default setting. RSF is basically a tool for that rewiring. You're consciously choosing the solution focus over the problem focus.
And taking that small action, that plays into the psychology, too.
Oh, definitely. Coach Padalecki references behavioral psychology research on small wins. Taking that one tiny step, even if it feels insignificant, it gives you a little hit of dopamine, a sense of progress. It proves you're not powerless.
And that builds momentum. Okay, this is making a lot of sense.
It builds confidence, it builds momentum, and it reinforces the idea that you are in control of your response, even when you can't control the situation. All triggered by that action after the 60 seconds.
So for everyone listening, let's make this really concrete. How do you actually do this? Like today, Coach Padalecki gives a simple 3-step challenge. You ready?
This is where it gets practical, taking the concept off the page and into your actual day.
Okay. Step 1, Coach Padalecki says, right now identify your #1 stressor. What's the biggest thing causing friction or frustration for you today?
Just pinpoint it. Could be big, could be small.
Got it. Okay. Step 2, the 60 seconds. Actually set a timer if you need to. Give yourself exactly 1 minute to feel whatever that stressor brings up. Annoyance, worry, frustration. Let it be there.
But only for that minute.
Step 3, immediate, tiny, action. What's one small thing you can do right now related to that stressor? Coach P suggests things like make one phone call you've been putting off.
Or send that one quick email.
Maybe just brainstorm one potential solution on paper.
Take one proactive step, however small it seems. It's not about solving the whole thing. It's about that first move.
That immediate action is the key. It breaks the pattern.
It forces you out of just thinking about the problem and into doing something about it. That is relentless solution focus in action.
And Coach Padalecki really draws a line in the sand here, doesn't he? Between, good performers and the truly great ones.
He does. He says the differentiator is the speed of that reset. How quickly did they shift from, oh no, problem to, okay, solution?
Top performers just don't stay stuck. Their focus snaps forward. What's next? What can I do now?
It's that constant forward-looking orientation.
So it all comes back to those 3 words Coach Padalecki emphasizes.
Relentless solution focus. It's a mantra almost.
Yeah.
A guiding principle for handling whatever comes your way in high-pressure environments.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. The big takeaway here is really the power packed into that 60-second rule. It's a practical way to live out this relentless solution focus idea.
And for you listening, the leaders, coaches, athletes, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a real tool.
A tool for what? Faster recovery when things go wrong.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Better decisions when the pressure's on because you're not bogged down by past failures.
And keeping that momentum going even through challenges.
Exactly. Sustained momentum towards those big goals you're chasing.
So here's a final thought to chew on. Think back to the last time you faced a real setback or a moment of intense frustration.
Just pick one recent example.
Now, imagine if you had, right then and there, applied this 60-second rule, allowed the feeling for just a minute, then immediately taken one small solution-focused action.
How might that have changed your immediate response? How might it have shifted the hours or even days that followed?
It's something to think about, and maybe something to experiment with next time you feel that heat rising.
Give it a shot. See what happens when you consciously make that shift.
Absolutely. Go apply this. Take that first step. Cultivate that relentless edge. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.